So we have over there, and it is one of the issues that I'm just going to bring it on out, a trash collection area. You know why we have a trash collection area? Because cemeteries generate a lot of trash.
Okay, cemeteries don't generate trash. People who visit cemeteries generate trash. And in the instance of the Hispanic cemetery, not trying to pick on them, but their culture brings a lot of flowers, plastic flowers and things out. And the trustees have actually had to put signs on the fence saying, please don't throw your trash over the fence line. So again, we're addressing their issue, but look to the extent to which she will lie when she's confronted in her next statement.
You know what we tried and failed? Dumpsters. Failed. Because the area's not built up enough. They ended up with paint, radiator fluid in them, stuff that then the trash wouldn't take. So what you have going on over there, and y'all are welcome to see because we actually did it for this meeting today. You have what happens several times every year. That when there is a large amount of garbage accumulated.
When there is a large amount of garbage accumulated.
Someone comes in, his name is Mario, he wasn't able to make it today because he's working. He comes in with a tractor and a dump trailer, and he hauls it all off to the trash, and we start all over again.
So, the dumpster failed, this area is fenced off, the dumpster failed, they didn't want to lock the dumpster, but yet the videos clearly show that they were covering up the trash.
He hasn't done it in over 2 years.
Okay. Not true.
So.
And I have the checks to prove it.
All right, so, and again, this is where we start pointing fingers, and I don't want to do that. I went over and looked at it. When I first came up today, I noticed the pile of dirt was gone. I said, okay, they've cleaned up.
Yep.
And I went and looked, and they cleaned up behind the building. But what I noticed, and I can confirm, I went over there, and Mario, you paid Mario, he took the dirt over there, and he covered up the trash.
That's not true.
I'll show
He
you.
hauled off two. Some of it is always.
But I will show you trash that was on my video that is still in place and covered up with dirt.
Some of it will work that way. You can't get every freaking scrap, but
okay.
Some of it will work that way. You can't pick up every freaking scrap. Who is she kidding? If it's trash, you need to pick it all up. It is January the 29th of 2018. It is about 7:30 in the morning, and we're following up on a previous video we did about housekeeping issues here at the Jones Cemetery. And so when you first approach a property, this is the first thing that I've noticed that is different. There used to be a big mound of dirt here, and you can see that it's all been scraped up, although there are still tires in the mix. Another thing, the pile of dirt that was here is missing. It's gone. So it's either been hauled off or moved someplace else. Now, we come around this way, and what is very noticeable is the tractor and the trailer and some of the things that were back behind this building. Let's go take a look at it. So this is the area to the east of the crematorium, and you can see that this area has been cleaned up. In the past, the people who run the crematorium had a tractor here, a small lawnmower tractor, and a bunch of debris back here. But after posting the video and talking to the trustees, it's very, very clear that they came in here and cleaned this area up. Some of the dirt from the pile was brought into here. You'll also notice that this area back here, which I shot from the other direction, has been cleaned up as well. There's some dirt that's had some, when I shot it going this direction, it had a big fan and some other things. And it's not uncommon that folks in the country would get pieces of scrap and use them for barbecues or welding if you had to fix something. So let's look at this area here. This is the area where they had been dumping a lot of the old flowers and things. And you can see that someone's come through here with a big piece of equipment and made an attempt to clean this thing up. You can see the tracks on the ground. Now, we were at a meeting yesterday, and we were told that Oh, there was a trailer over here too in the previous video. You can see the tracks where the big equipment came through here. And when you look this way, it appears that everything has been picked up. But when you look closer, the trash is still here. We were told at the meeting yesterday that somebody by the name of Mario was hired to come in here and clean this up. That the trustees for the Hispanic side, who had been dumping for years illegally a bunch of trash in here, as you saw in the previous videos, paid somebody by the name of Mario to come in here and pick all this stuff up. They said he picked it all up and then he covered it up. But when I look at this, I don't see that things were picked up. I see things that were just dirt that was bulldozed over the top of it. And when I come over here, I see this right here. Now, this was in my previous video. I thought it was a hot water heater tank, but it's actually a mattress. The mattress wasn't picked up. In the previous video, and I'll cut to show you that in a minute, there was a siding that was stuck over here by the tree. You can see the amount of fill that has been brought in. And this is going to be one of the biggest challenges, is this area here that has for years been used as a trash pit, a dump site. This is where all the old flowers from the Hispanic section go. There's probably a hot water heater back in here and 55-gallon drums. You know, and who knows what's underneath this pile right here that I'm walking on. It's just been added on top of. There's light bulbs and just all kinds of household, and here's some siding from a mobile home. And then of course you've got all of this, which is current stuff that's being brought in here and dumped. And this isn't neighbors bringing things in. This is all funerary flowers and signs and things like that that are not properly being disposed of. The drum is still there. You can see the drum. They didn't pick anything up. They just came in here and took that big pile of dirt, pushed some dirt around, and stated that they cleaned up the mess. When in actuality, all they did was bury the trash. Why is this important? A, it's an illegal dump site. B, most importantly, this is the area that once the Hispanic side filled up in, this is an area of the cemetery that they could have grown into. Just on the other side of this building, and then slowly worked this way into what is known as the historic African American section to continue to meet the needs of the public as laid out in the 1934 deed. But what they've done is created a bigger problem. While yes, they did clean up that area over there, they've created an illegal dump site here. And until this is cleaned up, it should never be used for burial spaces. If it weren't allowed to go to grass and seed and all the rest of that stuff, future generations might come over here and start trying to bury people, and they'll start finding all the flowers and all the funerary objects that have been illegally dumped over here for years. So we were lied to. Now, I have no doubt that they paid somebody by the name of Mario, but obviously they did not follow through, give him clear instructions, take before, during, and after photos. This is the difference between having a family or one or two trustees doing something and having a non-profit cemetery plot owners association with a board of directors who is accountable to the plot owners for managing the site in a proper condition. So I guess what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to turn this in to the Travis County health officials, show them both videos, and let them start working with the trustees to figure out how they're going to get this thing cleaned up and better managed in the future.